rocking with the legendary stunt. And it ain't over until we say it's done. You know what it is. Let's go, baby.
You know I came up from nothing. If it's fire, you know I ain't stressing. I know you already know what it takes. So follow my lead, let's go. We can roll with the punches. Message we got to the dawn. Heroes all alone. Don't have to do it alone. 515 party victory lap. Find out enemies, maniac, yeah. We're looking out for the world. Everyone's real, they heard stop. Deal with the team, don't stop. Are we hard at a dragon? Cause I'm not gonna feel it together.
Every challenge, the level of a queen. But we double the stories when we're fighting as a team. Don't have to go so low, low, low. Imagine all low, 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 low. Get on me,
Fight of our lives, gotta survive. Welcome to 515. Watch it go live, party and die. We go establish the night. Coming to top with my crew. Together we're stronger than ever. You know how we do. When we start your crew, victory's ours. I would have thought you. We're unstoppable. MVP, the E ain't optional. Disregard the new. Our team achieving impossible. My whole squad is lit. Ain't gonna talk if that is hard to hit. Legendary, we'll be rocking it. Ain't no stopping it.
Your team is banning.
Among the plans
Your
exists
team
the
is banning.
equilibrium, which I was made for.
Yo, and yo. Welcome to the stream, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm proud to be
Your team is
streamer,
banning.
as always, and as ever. Welcome back to the Vertigo Mlbb tournament, ladies and gentlemen. And tonight, we'll be
Your
continuing
team
day
is
3
banning.
Tonight we'll continue day 3 of the Vertigo Mlbb tournament, and today's matches will be Kaizs versus Aegis, two very good squads, two very pro squads. They've always been able to put up very nice display of gameplay for us in every single match that they performed in, and Aegis actually being one of the top 4 from recently concluded scrims. I'm very sure we will see
Your team is
an insane gameplay tonight. Stick with us as we play best of 3s. So that guys, sorry, I'm just feeling a little bit under the weather if I sound somewhat different, but let's jump right into the game, guys. So we've got Aegis on the left and Kaizs on the right. Aegis banning out Eve and Yuzhong, very nice, while picking that Valentina. Alright, is this the first Valentina game for any scrims that we've seen? I think so. So we might be seeing some absolute insane gameplay for her. Valentina is quite a bit of a broken hero, you know. She's a very strong mage. She has decent damage skill, you know. Right from the early game she can deal tons of damage and still even have a lot of heal on her. She's a broken hero, so whichever team gets her, they have quite a bit of advantage.
Your team is picking.
And then they'll be going ahead with Estes as their support and Clint as their gold lane marksman. Alright, Clint is very good. Meanwhile, Kaizs will be banning out Phoveus and Beatrix, while picking Tiglu, Brody, and Valir.
Your team is banning.
So on to the second ban phase for the game 1. What are we going to see? I think I pretty much like the combo that Aegis are coming out here with. Much more preferably to Kaizs. I mean, if you're talking about the gold lane, Clint is pretty much going to be a little bit more dominant on the gold lane because he has a faster wave clear, so which is going to put him at an advantage. But Brody too isn't slacking behind though. The only problem with Brody is the fact that he really doesn't have much of an, you know, a high mobility skill as his counterparts, but it's still, you know, it's still a very decent pick. So we've got Kufra ban. Kufra is a very good and annoying tank, and picking Kufra against the Tiger combo is bad, but I do have to say that that was not the ban that Kaizs should have gone with, because Aegis already had their own hero, and it's pretty hard in this meta to see somebody picking a tank and going on the side lane. If it's not Edith or Gato, then it's a very rare sight to see. So banning out Kufra was really not the good way to go. They should have banned something else, you know, maybe like a jungler or something. But Aegis on the other hand, banning out something that they feel might be proper. They banned out Sun. A good side laner, and very fast in pushing, while picking Roger as their jungler and Cecilion again, the second mage. Aegis looking suspicious here with that Cecilion pick. Are we gonna see a mage XP lane? Well, inevitably yes we are. And then there's Ruby and Lancelot pick for Kaizs. Kaizs picks now looking very solid, looking very strong. Ruby with the crowd control on her XP lane is gonna be lovely to see. And Roger might even have a bit of problems to there. Got Valir. A lot of crowd control coming from Kaizs in this game. A lot of crowd control, as you guys can see. I mean, Tigreal, Ruby, and Valir. That's just too much CC. But not all that bad. Aegis, just that, you know, second mage pick is what's keeping me, you know, from really going in with Aegis winning this match. But okay, let's see how this goes out. It's a best of 3. So it's not about who wins the first game, it's about who wins the second, and then possibly the third. Right off the bat, we're into the game, everyone heading up to their respective lanes. And yeah, it's Cecilion mid and Valentina top lane, XP lane rather. She's gonna be dealing with Ruby. And I think it's decently matched actually, because Valentina has this mobility skill that can actually make her kite Ruby somewhat easily though. But the Ruby player too seems to be very experienced, so we should see some nice action going up in the top lane. Bottom is already having some action here. As you see, Broad is trying to zone Clint away from the wave, but Clint is also has some damage to deal in. You know, clears the wave first. A little clash here at the Lethal Wanderer between both sides, but the Lethal will go safely to Lancelot and Kaizs. Not a lot going on in the first minute of the game. Two mages, one MM and one support. Well, that's the lineup that Aegis are going with. Yeah, it seems squishy, but Valentina is relatively tanky though. You know, with her passive, you know, that where she regenerates HP from every dash, it's sort of very good actually, and her damage output too is nasty. I mean, it's worth playing on the XP lane as well, but something else could have been better there. But the Valentina pick is not all that bad. Total is up, both sides rotating in that direction. Lancelot already on the top lane though, looking for an opening to get Valentina, and there's the opening that we see. There we go. And is it gonna be the first blood? Never mind. Wait, yes, it is the first blood. She got the kill. Tried copying Ruby's ultimate to see if she can get you know, a knock up there, but it really didn't work out very much for her. And here we've got Valir coming in as well. Lancelot stealing that red buff away from Roger, while Roger is getting sent back, and he goes down to Valir. Esther's running away, never mind, can't get away from that CC from Ruby and Valir, and he's gonna go down, leaving the blue buff entirely open and free for Kaizs to invade and secure. GG, well played for that, you know, first team fight victory going over to Kaizs. The two MMs are really going against each other though. Just now they're planning to, okay, Clint did recall. Aegis is blue and Kaizs are red. Kaizs going ahead with a 2k gold lead. And a possible gank on the bottom there. Roger going into this bush and he gets caught off guard. Here's Tiger with a knockback and it's GG Roger. Wait a minute. Yep. Very good heal actually from Estes, but just wasn't enough to give Roger enough HP to get away from that one, and he went down. A very nice gank, if you ask me. A very nice gank. Tigreal doing his job, making those good setups. Back onto the top lane again. Ruby trying to bait out that Valentina. Got away with the ult though. Is Lancelot going to dive this? Yes, he is. And he's still going to try to get some damage out. That's still not entirely possible. Yes, Tigreal coming in looking for the setup. And there's the ultimate. There we go. Valentina is down as well as Estes. OP Tigreal. OP Tigreal. That's what I can just say. That setup was beautiful. The total is up. Lancelot's getting started on it right off. Clint isn't really doing very well on his lane either though, but here he goes trying to commit a lick for Brody. Is this gonna be the kill? Yes, Brody seems to be having some lag issues though, because he just stood without moving at all. So second turtle going over to Kaizs, and there's gonna be the push on the bottom lane with the first tower going down to Aegis. Aegis have the tower advantage, but Kaizs have the gold and, you know, the kill advantage right now. Brody is about to put his team in a bad position right now with that AFK that he's having. And here's Lancelot coming in full time and they get the kill on Estes from the mid lane. Cecilion taking a lot of damage from Valeria with the stuns. Even being under your tower, you're still not safe from that Valeria's ultimate. The rage is just that long, as well as the crowd control too. I guess Kaizs are gonna actually continue, you know, one man down, but they're still going. They are still in this. And in return, another tower will go down. The first tower taken in favor of Kaizs. Now with the rotation to the top lane, Tiger is looking for an engage there. He pops out that roaming, but not much gonna happen over there. But they're zoning out Sicilian while giving enough time to Lancelot to decide if he's going to engage the turtle or not. Not really going to go into that right now. You can see Roger is trying to split push.
Turret has been destroyed.
Aegis on the turtle. Trying to do a sneaky move, and it's gonna actually work out very well for them as they secure it. Kaizs could have done that earlier though. Kaizs could have done that a lot earlier, but I don't think they were, you know, watching. I don't think they were really paying attention to what was going on the map. Like even Tigro didn't rotate enough to the turtle side. We were all just on the mid lane. What I've come to understand right now is the fact that Roger is actually trying to out-rotate Kaiz's jungler Lancelot. You know, because from what I'm here's a flicker ult by Tiger as he goes in and catches Estes. Yep, unstoppable for Lancelot. They got the kill. And as I was saying, Roger was trying to avoid, you know, the rotation from Kaiz's. And every time he's been on the top lane, that's when Kaiz's rotate to the bottom side. And vice versa, you know, just trying to get enough time to farm and push. And he's able to secure their top and the bottom lane towers respectively, you know, first tier. And that's a very, very smart move, you know, if you're losing and you're trying to get that push advantage. That's basically what you should try to pay attention to your enemy's rotation and try to rotate in the opposite direction. It might risk you being away from a team fight, a very vital team fight, but in the end, it's pretty much worth it if you're able to secure some objectives like Roger is doing. He was able to secure the two towers, you know, with that split push. Top lane now, we're gonna see some action here. Here comes Clint and Valentina trying to defend. Valentina already copied Ruby's ultimate, just waiting for the proper setup. Lord is up. Can't really say Kaizs will be looking to get this Lord right now though, because they are one man down and a 5v4 will really not end very well. And as we can see here, there's going to be a commitment. Valentina going in using the ult from Ruby. Not much of a team fight gonna happen on that top side. Cecilion goes down in the mid lane. Even your tower cannot save you from a dive from this professional Lancelot player. It's good to see that they're actually confident, but how far would the confidence get them? You know, honestly speaking, one good team fight might result in a completely different game. And even taking a good look at the map though, Kaizs are actually behind on towers. They're actually behind on towers, so even with the late game too, yes. Aegis does have the late game advantage, you know, from Clint and Valentina as well as Cecilion too, Roger as well. Estes did show vision in the bush though. I don't know why Cecilion didn't react in time, but never mind, he was able to react. And here goes the flicker ultimate from Tigreal. Catches Cecilion, but he's gonna go down in the process as well. But leaving one taken down, Cecilion goes down as well. Roger really split pushing as hard as he can. He's taking that tier 2 bottom lane tower, right? The team fight still happens in the mid lane. Godlike from Lancelot there as he got the kill. And Valerie secured 1 kill as well on Valentina, and that's 3 men down for Aegis. Pretty much an advantage for Kaizs right now to get started on this Lord, which they should, and they're not. Valerie is recalling with full HP and full mana. Okay. This was the best advantage that Kaizs had right now to push this game forward in their favor, because they only have 1 tower taken, and I don't know, they should have done the Lord. They should have just gone ahead and started that Lord, but they didn't. Roger is being passive. Well, Roger is a hero that, like, okay, that's another tower taken in favor of Kaizs. That's good to see. Roger isn't a hero that you want to play aggressive, like, you know, too aggressive with, especially, you know, in this team, in this sort of team comp that you can see from Aegis, from Kaizs. I mean, they have Ruby and Valier and Tigreal as well. So if Roger should force an engage, it's just going to end up in him getting taken out easily, because the CC is just absolutely insane. The CC is just absolutely insane. You know, he has to be very, very careful with his rotations. He has to pick the heroes from Kaiz's lineup one after the other, which is very hard to do because Tigreal has been sticking with his team most of the time, you know, and it's actually good that he's pushing. Legendary from Lancelot, he got the kill on Valentina on the top side. It's actually quite good that he's pushing. He's trying to get some farm as well, so that in the late game it can be easier for him to have an advantage in the team fight. That's just the way I see it. Still waiting on which team is going to decide to get this Lord. Ruby looking to harass Roger from getting his blue buff. Roger not gonna waste any time, just going to use his red to immediately secure it. And I'm very, very sure Ruby has passed on the information that Roger is without his red tree, giving them a chance to get started on the Lord. Tigreal and Ruby doing the zoning, keeping Aegis away from going to that Lord. Cecilion pops his ult already. His Estes far deep in enemy territory as it is, and yep, the Lord goes down to Kaizs. Roger now committing full time, but there's the ult from Tigreal as well. Never mind, Tigreal goes down already. The team fight win is already coming out. Here's Roger still dealing some damage though. Not gonna overextend. They have 2 heroes down. Two enemies down. This is the advantage that Aegis have been looking for. The opening that Aegis have been looking for. Here's Lancelot going in full time, looking for a kill, but I think he's gonna go down. Yes, but immortality brings him back to life. The pass of retribution. Ruby goes down as well. As you guys can see, the AFK is starting to kick in against Kaizs. Just look at that. They were able to get 3 kills and push the entire mid lane all the way to the inhibitor, while Valentina tries to solo defend the Lord. It's not really gonna be very possible though. But yeah, that should buy her team enough time to win another team fight though. Lancelot coming back in looking for a fight. Not gonna get too much on it. He's going right back. And the game is starting to take a completely different turn from what I have observed. Roger, that split push has given him the farm advantage. You know, he's now doing enough damage, and he's already even at level 15. You know. The game is getting interesting. Kaizs have the kill advantage, but when it comes to the push, both teams are evenly matched, you know, with 5 towers. No, actually, Aegis has 1 tower advantage. 1 major tower advantage. Lancelot trying to see if he can find an opening to dive that backline and see who he can kill. Kaizs need to play carefully right now. It's literally a 4v5 and any small mistake can really result in a defeat, and whichever team gets the first win has the advantage in going into the second game. Here's Ruby picking off Cecilion. Tiger goes in with the command and it's a 3-man ult. Legendary for Lancelot, he gets the kill, but Tiger goes down as well. 1-for-1 trade at the moment. Not a very bad team fight though, but that was a very good way to buy time for Roger to push at the top lane again. Aegis are really playing with this AFK advantage that they have right now. They're not even forcing team fights. They're just trying to pay more attention to the split push. Everyone else is buying time for Roger to try and push, and with the Lord up, Roger is going to get started on the Lord immediately, not even wasting any time. Estes is really not doing a good job at zoning away 8 Kaizs from this Lord, and I'm not really sure if it's gonna be easy for Aegis now to secure the Lord though, because here comes, yep, Lancelot with a good Lord still with that resolution though, but double kill for Clean as he gets a kill on both Tigreal and Ruby. Legendary for Lancelot there as he secures a kill on Estes. Roger is trying to avoid Lance as he sticks with 1 HP. Here's Lancelot though, he's not yet done, he's going in for Cecilion and that's going to be a kill for him. Valentina ults with Tigreal's ultimate, it's a double kill for him. Is it going to be a triple kill? That's a little bit too much damage and CC from Clint, so he's going to back out, but he has done a good job in picking off 2 core heroes, allowing the Lord to push on the top lane. Valir going with that Lord. There's the push.
Red team base turret has been destroyed.
Estes is really not positioning himself very well actually. He has to put himself in a good position to heal everyone in his team, and I'm not sure if he's even going with a tank build. No, it is a tank build. Still feels very squishy. Mid lane push coming out. That's another tower down in favor of Kaizs. One inhibitor down. That's a very nasty opening right there. That's a very nasty opening right there. An inhibitor tower open. Like I said, it's just good that Roger is actually pushing, because if he comes into a team fight, it's really not gonna be useful for him, because once he gets CC'd by Ruby and Tigreal, he's not even gonna be able to move a lot. So it's just better if he just like split pushes and tries his best to get openings, because split pushing means that the enemy team will actually have to. Here is a flicker ult from Tigreal, or rather an ult. Not much setup there to be seen, but it was a very good advantage though. But now Tigreal will be sitting without his flicker for a couple of years. Ruby going in actually. Counter ult again from Valentina, as that's the advantage we're looking for. Double kill for Cecilion for Lancelot there. It's gonna be a triple kill though, as he's gonna get Estes. But here comes Roger. Roger looking to shut down Lancelot, if I'm not wrong. Yep, it's a shutdown. Now the chase for Valer begins, flickering away. Roger's not done though, but never mind. He's not going to be able to catch that Valer before he gets under the tower. The CC is just too much. Cecilion's going to make sure Valer goes under that tower. Ooh, Valer's going to be so annoying. Can be so annoying, but here's Roger with the split push. Roger with the split push. Is he going to be able to end it? Is this it? Immortality is gonna bring GG's to H. Oh my god. Not gonna lie, I did not see that coming. I did not see that coming. What an end. Wow. Wow, Roger for the MVP, in my opinion. Because if he hadn't done that split, if he hadn't, split push properly, this game could have easily turned, negative for Aegis. But very, very well played from both teams. Kaizs were focusing a lot on kills, and with that AFK on their side, it was just very, very bad for them. 4v5, and the win goes to Aegis. The first game going to Aegis. Really hope Kaizs will be able to fix their AFK problem before the start of the second match. But that was some crazy gameplay. Estes actually played that game without Oracle. Like going through the the replay of the match and checking out the builds, Estes actually didn't build Oracle. He built Thunderbolt instead. That was not needed. And Lancelot definitely had to build that Wind of Nature because Clint's damage and Roger as well was just too annoying. But the fact that he built Tough Boots instead of Warrior Boots is another thing. He should have built Warrior Boots, but either way, Lancelot played very, very well. He played very, very well. Nothing wrong with Lancelot's gameplay at all. The only problem that Kaizs had was the fact that they didn't have their last
Your team
player.
is banning.
They had an AFK. And it seems they have been able to replace that player. They replaced the player, so we should see a full game this time around, a 5v5.
Your team is banning. Your team is banning.
But anyways, for the first game.
Your
Jumping right
team
into the
is
second
banning.
game. We now have Kaizs with the first pick. And Dave will be banning out Phobius and Estes. Estes looks like Estes was very, very much a problem for them. While Aegis will be banning out Eve
Your
and
team is
Zhong. Yeah, it's a best of 3. Yuzhong ban. Yeah, Yuzhong is a very, very strong fighter. He's a fighter that can easily just break right into the back line. And his massive HP regen is just not something you really want to deal with. But anyways, you see that Tiger pick again coming out from Kaizs. Aegis going with Brody.
My tempo.
Brody for the gold lane and Hylos as
My mission is to protect lives.
Your team is picking.
the roamer.
The hunt begins.
Your team is picking.
Ruby pick for Kaizs and Gushon as the jungler, okay? Valid again for Aegis. No, Valid
Your
was in
team
Kaizs'
is
team
banning.
in the last game, so it's quite a bit of a good trade. But yeah, we got Valid on Aegis this time around. And Valid is actually going to be very, very useful, you know, especially in taking care of Ruby and Tiger.
Your team is banning.
Valid has that CC with the stun from his first kill that can keep Tiger away from making some nasty engages. Roger's banned.
I see lots of
Your team
Now that's a
is
good ban
picking.
actually, as Aegis are yet to pick their jungler, and knowing that Aegis might pick Roger again, Kaizs has responded by banning him out. Bowman, okay. Bowman
Your
jungle.
team is picking.
Aegis look like they might be picking something a little bit more balanced, but yeah. Bowman jungle though is quite good, but there's just too much CC from Kaizs for you to pick Bowman. You know, you want to pick something that's a lot tankier. You want to pick something that's a lot tankier and still deals damage at the same time. And what exactly am I saying? I'm saying you should pick Barats. But for a lineup that Kaizs are going with, Barats would really make sense as a jungler. And it looks like Aegis might be having that bit of... Nope, it's definitely Bowman jungle. In my opinion, I really think Bowman should go to the XP lane and leave the jungle for Barats. But let's go helicopter, exactly. The Spin King Bowman. Lapu on the other end, Veil for Kaizs. This is going to be a very strong game. But anyways, both teams looking very, very balanced. Very, very nice heroes. We will be expecting a very hot gameplay from this one. But Aegis is going with a little bit more of a tanky lineup than compared with oh, Kaizs actually have a very tanky lineup as well. Ruby is quite tanky. Lapu is also quite tanky. And let's not even mention the tank himself, the Tiger. Right off the bat, let's get into the game.
5 seconds till the enemy reaches the battlefield. Smash them. All troops deployed.
Just open the door and close in. No skin report, lol. And it seems like there's an AFK as well. Aegis jungler is currently AFK and they requested a pause, so I think no one is pausing the game, so I'm just going to have to give him that for 2 minutes. AFK. And the last game was Kaizs that had AFK. This time Aegis have an AFK, but they're quick to request for a pause. You know, smarter move. And that's true. Veil is actually going to be hard to catch. Veil is going to be really hard to catch. You know, I don't think Bowman is even going to be fast enough to catch Veil. Neither is Barats, except that they can like quickly CC Veil, but that's if Veil's position is even off. Veil is really not going to have bad position in the gameplay. what happened though. The Balmond player was online. You know, they even jungled very well in their previous game. It was one that played Roger, if I'm not mistaken. No idea what the problem is now. No, it's no negative player. There's probably a reason for the AFK network problem or something. I'm guessing 2 minutes are up, so we should get back right into the game. And there you go, Balmond is back. But it still seems as if, doesn't look as if Balmond is back completely though. Yeah, sadly he's not back yet. Yeah, this is definitely looking like a game that Kaizs will win. You know, they have all 5 men active and playing. Well, Aegis are missing their jungler. Kaizs is going in straight for this lord, straight for the turtle. I mean, there's really not much that Aegis can do to contest it, you know. There really isn't much, but it seems like Tiger is, yeah, actually Balmond is back now, but he's very, very behind in farm. It's gonna be a little bit hard for him to catch up, but at least now we can have a 5-man game going, you know, full 5-man game going in. Kaizs are already going ahead with that gold lead. Brody tried to get the kill on Ruby, but he's just missing out on that damage, so. But I can see Gushin and Veil are already rotating top side. There might be a possible gank on either Brody or whoever comes to this top lane to defend. Balmond, oblivious to the fact that there's a whole team there. He has Gushin going in full time, but I don't think he's going to commit straight into it. Veil is actually a hero that's quite easy to handle. All you need to do is get an assassin, and that's it. Just someone that can easily chase Veil down, because Veil is one of the heroes with the highest mobility in the game. Well, I'm not talking about dash skill wise, like, you know, just pure mobility without any skill set. Like, his movement speed is naturally increased based on his passive, so you don't want to pick a hero that doesn't have a chase skill to go against him. That's why it's just best to go, you know, pick assassins to counter Veil. And not just any assassin, by the way, just assassins like, you know, Link. Link is just one big counter for Veil. because he's just that fast, you know. Playing Lancelot to Hayabusa as well if you play him properly. Fanny, definitely Fanny as well. But yeah, Toro is gonna go easily to Kaizs with professional roaming coming from Tiger, and here's the setup. But that setup was not enough to get the kill. That was a very good setup actually. I even noticed that Tiger didn't push, didn't use his second skill because he didn't want to, you know, he didn't want them out of Vale's ultimate. But that was just not enough damage to get the kill. First blood already drawn, and it was Tiger. In this lineup, the only person that Gusion can kill easily is honestly Brody, and even at that it might be difficult because Brody has a stun on his second skill, so if Gusion is not careful, he'll get punished easily. Ruby's trying, Brody's trying not to, you know, overextend, playing very safe. Valeri's securing that going wand. Valeri goes down though on mid lane. Never mind. Gusion actually got that kill. That was nice. A very nice gank if I do say so. Meanwhile, bottom lane is seeing a heavy gank for Ruby. That damage was not enough to get the kill. Tiger knows fully well the lady was in the bush. Good thing he tried to, you know, make them engage. Turtle is up, but Gusion is looking for an opening to gank Barat, and I think he might just go for it. Never mind. Aegis is already popped though. Barat's looking for the all there as he gets he gets punished. He goes down. Here's Tiger breaking backline and catching 2 knockbacks. There we go. Nice engage there from Tiger, but those guys are super tanky. It's not gonna be easy to get rid of them just like that. Bauman already going for Cursed Helmet as his first item. So yeah, that just shows how tanky he's going to be. A free turtle, so to speak, for Kaizs. The first tower actually goes down on the bottom side, on the mid lane actually. And it's against Kaizs. I feel like Aegis actually does better when it comes to pushing than Kaizs. Kaizs are like very good in team fights, but in pushing they're lacking behind. But anyways, that's just one tower down, right? Not too much of a big difference. Yeah, Kaizs has problems when it comes to pushing properly. I mean, they don't even pick heroes that can actually push very fast. Well, in this game speaking, Ruby isn't a very fast pusher herself, and she's not even a fast wave clear. She had to ult that wave to clear it fast so she can rotate topside. Full team fight going out here. There's the Tiger's ultimate, catches Hylos, but yep, he went down. Gusion is still doing a lot of damage, and it's a double kill for Gusion. Well, sticking together really doesn't have to do a lot right now. As you can see, Aegis, Kaizs are doing very well in the team fight. And they've taken 2 mid lane towers down, leaving only the inhibitor standing for the mid lane. Now that's a good push. You know, now Kaizs are beginning to push. And another tower goes down against Aegis. The bottom side. For a second there, I thought Gushun was looking for an opportunity to just dive broadly, but he has to be a lot more careful.
And Hylos forces a team fight right here. Ooh, very, very nice coming from that Lapu Lapu and Gushun there, as you guys can see. Triple kill for Lapu though. Is this gonna be a maniac? He's looking for his maniac though. Yeah, it's actually a maniac. Good job to Kaizs for leaving that kill for him. That was a very, very nice gameplay. That was a nice ambush. But Brody on the bottom lane though, he's pushing very, very hard. But here comes Ruby and Tiger, so he should be careful and recall as fast as he can. Yep, he does recall though to try and defend the top lane. But Kaizs are not even gonna force it too much though. Kaizs is really, really dominating right now. Free Lord. Well, not entirely free, as Aegis does have 5 man on the field right now. But Kaizs are not gonna hold back. They're gonna go to Lord. And yeah, the win looks very, very clear indeed. But Aegis can still somehow win this though. Anything is possible at this point. Kaizs have the push and the gold lead, but this is just a level 2 Lord, you know. But just before the Lord, we might see a team fight. Exactly. You know, just get as much kills from a team fight as you can in the game and just be looking in another direction. Ruby though hasn't used their ultimate, so there's gonna be something nice. And yes, Tiger looking for a proper setup. I think this might be what they're looking for. Yes, Tiger going backline, alt flicker trick. The full combo comes out, but that's not enough. The tower's down, but a couple of kills go out as well. Here's Lapu Lapu still trying to fight here. Hylos goes down to Veil. Shut down from Brody. Sometimes it's just so hard to push with the Lord, and that's 3 man down for Kaizs. In 1 inhibitor tower down though, so it wasn't entirely all that bad of a team fight. But a lot more could have been done. A lot more could have been done to try and put the game to end. Not entirely turned around. Aegis are still behind a lot on towers. They only have 1 inhibitor tower standing. They only have one inhibitor tower standing, so the next Lord will prove to be quite hard to defend. I don't think Genius One is what Veil needs right now. Remember, like he needs Divine Glaive. Bammon's solo on the top lane, he's taking too much damage and he's gonna go down instantly. Overextending there. In just a couple of seconds, the level 3 Lord will be up and available. And I can clearly see that whatever team gets that Lord has a 90% chance of putting the game to end. Barat's trying to quickly recall right now. Kaizs is going in for the Lord just as soon as it responds. Tigro. Good zoning. Valir as well, just prepared, Veil prepared for anything that can happen. Yep, there goes the Lord. And with 2 inhibitors down. Oh, nice flicker trick from Lapu, but he didn't catch anybody though. Not really much use of their flick. Why is Kaizs using their flickers just like that? They should be a lot more careful. They'll need that to, engage. Anyways, 2 flickers out for Kaizs right now. Hopefully that really won't affect their last team fight before the end of the game. If it brings up the end of the game, because Aegis can still defend this pretty well. It's just a matter of time before the Lord makes its final path right down the top lane. Hylos is just going to defend the mid lane. Lucian is trying to flank from behind. Hylos uses his ultimate, and here is the fight. And killing spree for Veil as he gets a kill on Valir. Continue fighting goes as Lucian gets a kill on Hylos. The Lord's already dead, but 2 men down already for the Aegis. Still a couple of minions left for the push though. 3v2, 3v5. Can Kaizs end this and turn it 1-1? It's looking very possible, and GG's. Kaizs are back in the game. After a long and tough game.
Victory!
A game full of ups and downs. Kaizs turned out victorious, pulling in 13 on the kill count. Very nicely done, very well played. Both teams were good. Both teams put up a very good fight, but Kaizs just had that advantage and they took it very, very well, securing their win. And now it's 1-1 and we will be jumping in for the last and final game of the day. Let's see which team secures this win.
Your team
Straight
is
into the
banning.
draft pick. Not a lot of time left on our hands. But yep, the final game gets underway as you enter the
Among the
draft phase.
planes
Your
exists
team
Eve
is
again
banning.
banned.
which I was
Aegis
made
really don't
for.
want to see that Eve.
Your team is banning. Your team is banning.
Hello, my friend.
Your team is picking.
The hunt
Your team
begins.
is picking.
We've got a usual ban as well, with Kaizs replying with an Estes and Focus ban. Aegis this time securing Ruby. Apparently a trade that's actually worth it. Kaizs won the second game, Aegis won the first game, putting them on 1-1. We've got Lapu again.
Your
Kaizs.
team is picking.
Finally, we get a Beatrix play.
I will protect you.
Your team is
We got
picking.
Lolita.
I am a daughter of Northern Vale.
Your team is banning.
Protect it till my last breath.
Definitely doesn't make sense though. Tiger ban would have been worth it, but
I see lots of prey.
Your team
I
is
think there are even
banning.
easier ways to counter Tiger than banning him out. I mean, you could just go with Dick.
I hope they're strong.
Your
Aegis
team
really
is
aren't,
picking.
that experienced when it comes to that way of counter. Freya with all this, there isn't even any fighter that he can pick that really doesn't fit the CC. Freya or any other fighter, there's still a lot of CC. So yeah, any other fighter really won't make much of a difference, to be honest. We've got Farsa as the mage
Your team is picking.
for Kaizs. Possible Kagura pick here. There we go, we've got Barat.
But I do know my traits.
Where's the Reggie?
Your team is picking.
There's a Reggie, okay. I was a little bit scared that Aegis were going to play this last game without a jungler. But there you go, we've got Barat's jungle for Aegis. Yet to see who the jungler for Kaizs will be. But I'm guessing he might go back to Lance or maybe even Lucian. Yep, there's a Lancelot pick.
Thorns remain, should petals fall.
Ruby will do very well against Tiger, by the way. Because there are a lot of ways to stop Tiger from ulting. She could CC him, still use her cycle skill again. A lot of ways to actually counter Tiger. Tiger is one tank that has like crazy CC, but at the same time it's easy to counter. But yeah, game 3, showdown, Aegis versus Kaizs. Whoever wins this goes ahead. Let's find out. Yeah, ultimate flicker can't be countered easily, that's true. But flicker has a very long cooldown, so you won't really be seeing a lot of that around. But you know one thing that can actually cancel ult flicker? Diggy's ult. Easily. But I just feel like a lot of Nigerian teams don't really play Diggy a lot, you know. Diggy would have been really crazy in this team fight. And we might be seeing another pause. We might be seeing another pause request though, because Freya seems to be AFK as well this time around. Yep, there's a pause. There's a pause request. Game hasn't already started and it's already a pause request. So, sorry. No. There are a lot more Diggy players in the server. Trust me, there are a lot more. It's just that people feel like Diggy isn't really, you know, a very fun hero to play. I mean, there really isn't much to go with Diggy. Just drop the bombs, throw your second skill on anything, and then you just pop your ultimate when you need it. It really isn't a lot of action. That's why a lot of people don't really play Diggy. A full match of AFK. 3 games there have been AFK issues. 3 games. But, well, this is what you can do when you play on a Nigerian server. A lot of network problems here and there. Yeah, I think it's quite annoying when it's played well. In just a couple of seconds we should be back on the game, and hopefully Freya's network should be back on. So there we go. There was a Uranus game in the very first match between SFKs and Rampage. There was a Uranus pick there. It really turned out to be very useful. It was for SFK. Since that Freya's network has been fixed, she's moving straight to the lane, so we should have a full 5v5 game going on. Bad start, but we should be looking forward to a great finish. Or was it in Hex match? I didn't know it was in one of those 2 matches that we played. No, Lance is in AFK. He's pretty much in the game. Thanks for the correction. Next match, not SFK. Freya coming in from AFK and going right at a level 3 opponent. That's some courage. That's some nerve. Barat's on the top lane already, and this is gonna be the first gank. Here's the ultimate though, but she flickers out just in time, but still taking a lot of damage. There's the first blood. Barat's looking to get started on this turtle. Lance is without his ultimate right now, so he has to be very careful. Can't really force a fight. But Freya is actually forcing a fight. Here comes Tiger with knockback, and there's the kill. Nice setup from Tiger though. Just a kill in it. I don't think Kaizs are gonna really compete for this turtle. Lapu securing a kill for himself as well. Turtle goes to Aegis. Lapo got a kill on what lane though? I think it was in the top lane. Didn't really see that, or was it mid lane as well? Not sure. Lapo seems to be trying hard to get rid of this Beatrix. Cecilion with the recent buff is actually very good right now. You know, the recent buff on Cecilion made him very viable right now. It's easier to get stacks. You know, it was like pretty much reverted back to how he was when he originally came out, so it's something to be careful about. Mid Cecilion is not all that bad. Although in this meta there are a lot more picks. I mean, Valentina was still open as well. I don't know why he decided to pick Valentina. Decided not to pick Valentina. She's a very good mage. Oh, Lapo's skill was on Cecilion. Okay. Oh, thank you. Bounce on top lane. Possible gank here. Auto aim, a very bad thing. Here's a kill from Barats, yep, from Beatrix. A little bit too much there from Lapu, but not all that bad. Beatrix doing some damage though. She's gonna get punished. She will extended. Here's Lance though. Meanwhile on the bottom side, we can see another gang there taking Freya out of the picture, leaving the turtle open for Barat to go for. Chase is still up on the mid lane, forcing Farsa, Lancelot and Tigreal to their back. Lolita is very good at zoning. Very good. That once though, but she's very good at zoning. You just see how she's keeping Lancelot in check, matching his rotations, so to speak. She's really keeping track of that Lancelot, and that's really what you should be doing as, you know, a roamer. Your major priority should be the enemy's jungler, the enemy's core, keeping them in check, knowing where they are at all times. Katie might not be speaking well, but she's definitely doing her job, definitely keeping, you know, Lancelot in check. Just look at this, she's always close to Lancelot. The damage wasn't coming out because of the presence of Athena, sure. Bottom side, you can see a fight going on between Freya and Ruby. And Ruby is not even scared to overcommit though. She feels her team is coming. But at the same time, you can see Lancelot, Tigreal, and Farsa also. But there goes Lolita looking for an opening.
There's a flicker from Tigreal though, but he got stunned and he's gonna go down. Lolita's out of the picture. Freya goes out as well. Currently, Cecilion is going for Lightning Truncheon as his as his first item outside the boots. Not even securing the Clock of Wait, that's actually a very weird thing. Where is the Clock of Destiny? Except if that's a new build. New meta, I guess. Lightning Truncheon first item for a hero that's actually Clock of Destiny dependent. But anyways, we move. That's all I can say. Barat's going ahead for the third turtle and he's gonna get it. Yep. He secures that turtle easily. Clock of Destiny honestly is just like that much of a good item. Like literally it goes well on every single mage. Almost. But for Cecilion it's a very core item. So safe to say Cecilion is not that much of a Cecilion player, if I do say so myself. With the pace at which the game is going, I'd honestly say Kaizs has a chance at winning this game. But this Barat's jungle is looking very, very good for Aegis. Rotations all the way to the top side. Freya and Ruby on bottom side, having a duel. But Freya might go down because the lifesteal is just too much from Ruby. She even had to ult with the flicker as well, but that's a lot of damage actually. Well played from Freya. Securing a kill, but not forcing the push. She should actually try to push instead of going for the grab, but Lolita is coming to defend either ways. She could have gotten that tower just in time, but you know. CC Queen battle. Freya has a lot of CC, and it's just a lot of annoying CC to deal with. Cecilion just keeps spamming his ultimate for no reason at all. Like, I don't know why. Here's the ult flicker trick from Tigro, or the flick ult trick. I don't know which one it was, but it was a good setup either ways. Because I got him 2 kills there. And here comes Freya as well with a 2-man, or a Ruby with a 2-man ult though. Tigro gets eaten by Barat and sent under the tower. He's gonna go down in this time. Definitely gonna die there. Kaizs are behind in one tower by one tower. Bottom side, I see a possible 3v1 happening. Freya is going in. Yep, 3v1 going on. Lancelot's not down there. Looking for damage. There's an ult from Ruby. Lancelot deep in enemy territory. He might go. Never mind. He survives. Yeah, like I said, Lolita doing her bit. Trying to do her bit at least. Barat's forcing Lancelot away from his blue ball, but Tigro's coming around to help now. That's a lot of CC for just Barat to eat it. Still wasn't enough to kill him. That's just how tanky Barat is. I mean, 3 ults literally and he still didn't die. Very nice escape from Nance, definitely. Baz is hungry. Did you quit? Did you stop playing? Let me see, you missed the game. Well, I guess I haven't seen you online for a while, but never really noticed actually. Top lane. Having 4 men here. Looks like they might be trying to force themselves to secure this tower. There's Lolita taking some damage from Ruby, from Farsa. And yeah, there goes Tiger. Lolita's gonna get punished. Kaizs really forced themselves to secure that tower. Let me move this to the side a bit. Really forced himself to secure that top lane tower. Freya this time really didn't win. Ruby definitely having her items to sustain her. Yep, there's Oracle, so she's gonna have a lot of lifesteal to deal with. Guys, looks like they might be winning this one with the rotations and the ganks that they're making, but Aegis is not too far behind. I mean, the jungler is literally the highest farm in the game right now with 8k, 8,000 gold. Both teams evenly matched up when it comes to the gold difference. So it's kind of hard to just pick which team might easily win this one. But all I can say is whichever team secures the first Lord pretty much has the advantage. Because right now it should be the level 3 Lord. Well played. Lolita tried to force an engage there. She was well aware that Lap was in the bush. Immediately going straight for him. There's Tiger getting the setup and getting that lock on Barat. Just one good engage from whichever team gets that good engage, and this battle will be looking in favor of that team. You know, Lolita manages to get a nice ult, or Tiger manages to get a nice ult. That's just gonna put that team, you know, at an advantage. Because the way this game is going right now, both teams are just trying to be as careful as possible, not really forcing anything, not really engaging anything, just playing safe, I guess. But Cecilion is gonna go down on mid lane though. He was just a little bit outside of his protection range from that tower and he got picked off. And with one man down, yeah, exactly, Ruby's ultimate too, and that can be a very good setup. Ruby has been able to keep her tower standing, same with Lapu Lapu on the top side. And there you have Kaizs giving the Lord a shot to see if they can secure it before Aegis realize that Lord is going down. And I think they might be able to do it faster, but here comes Lolita. Yep, Kaizs does secure the Lord. And another tower down in favor of Aegis actually. So that's a very nice opening, leaving only the inhibitor standing for the bottom side. Yeah, me neither. I really haven't seen Beatrice do a lot in this game. You know, but she is doing it to farm quite decently though, and her KD is not that bad. Here's the ult from Ruby. Lolita responding as well, but she cancelled out. Top lane down, bottom side down as well. This is the advantageous push that we're talking about. Ruby just ignoring those minions and going straight for the tower. Freya, I mean. And still going to try and force a fight though, but she's gonna flicker out of that one. Mid lane down for Aegis. Here's Ruby with the CC. Another tower down. Tiger goes out of the way. Beatrix needs to be played with, you know, caution, and especially in this lineup that has a lot of heroes that can easily focus her. I mean, Farsa, Lancelot, and Lapu Lapu. She has to be extremely careful with her positioning. You know, so if it seems as if she's not being aggressive, it's just her playing safe. I mean, she's already full build at this point right now. Exactly, she's full build. Raw damage. No Demon Hunter sword. Not all that bad though. The Lord was able to make a lot of openings for Kaizs to have the advantage, leaving just the inhibitor tower standing right now for Aegis. Next Lord should be able to make the big difference, because there's just one inhibitor tower standing on the, well, I mean there's an opening on the bottom lane against Kaizs, so if Aegis secures the Lord, that's definitely the lane he'll push from. Seven kills to 11 in 19 minutes. Not a lot of fights going on though, but here's Lolita in enemy territory taking a lot of damage, and with Lolita out of the way, it's gonna be easy for Kaizs to secure this Lord. Tiger doing a good job at zoning Aegis away from the Lord, while Lancelot, Freya, and Lapu go ahead and try to do it. It's not easy to tank at all. You need to be very, very careful with your tanking. You need to be able to provide vision without being caught off guard. And with an evolved Lord, the level 13 Lord, this is the game. This is the end. Do we say bye-bye to Aegis for coming this far? This is the first game of the tournament to actually get to 3 matches. The 2 previous games were just 2, you know, straight wins for SFKs and Hexadecimals, but today proved to be even a lot more interesting, because here comes Tiger though with a one-man ult on only Barrage, but does the knockback as well as he gets Ruby. Farsa in a good position to get the kill on Lolita, and it's 2-man down already. Beatrix with the ult to defend that. Killing spree for Lolita, for Beatrix. Lord is still alive and still making the push. Going straight for the base. Minions are yet to come in, and it's GG's. I really was not expecting that end. Like, I saw the HP full and then the next thing was empty. But either ways, GG's to Kaizs for securing the second game and winning in the long run. In gameplay, I'm not even gonna lie, you know, not a lot of kills, not too many fights going on, just one team trying to out-rotate the other and trying to make sure they don't get too much, you know, poking them around. But there you have it. Kaizs with an experienced gameplay securing the win. GG's to Tiger for his amazing setups. Lolita tried her best to roam around, you know, provide vision, but that just wasn't enough to get her team the win. Barrett did well on his part, but yeah. And that concludes the game for today. Thank you guys for sticking with us for such a long gameplay. But we'll definitely see you tomorrow night. So, GG's, peace out, have a wonderful night.